Hi, and welcome back to Purposeful Woman podcast. And today we have my dear friend and amazing Christie Ruffino. She's a serial entrepreneur and a number one best-selling author with 13 books. She has over 3 decades of business experience, so has built three six-figure businesses, and has worked with over 3,000 women, helping them increase their business revenue through clarity, strategy, and collaboration, and increase visibility. Hi, and welcome, Christy. So happy to have you.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here, Viktoriia.
As always, I would love to start from your story. Like, how did you get started and wrote 16 books or 13 books and working with so many women?
Yeah, well, I'll give you the condensed version. My first six-figure business was with my husband, and that was an auto repair business with multiple locations. And unfortunately, I kind of poured my life into his dreams and his business, and that kind of ended. I was left with two kids to support and no idea how to do that. And then that led me to my next six-figure business, which is the Dynamic Professional Women's Network. It was an amazing community. It still is. We have multiple chapters all over. And what happened during that time is somebody asked me to share my story. And my first reaction was, oh, like, who cares? Like what is so important about my story? But she kind of enforced that my story could help other people and really inspire them and encourage them to get through something difficult in their life. And so I said yes. That led me to my third six-figure business, which is the Overcoming Mediocrity Project. And that is a platform that helps other women share their stories in a way that will kind of be like the ultimate secret weapon marketing tool. So our story is really one of the most powerful things to attract and retain clients. And when we can share it in a book, that gives us a lot of different credibility. Also gives us a way to like have one of your first products in your product line.
I love it, love it. And I know you do those books as a collaboration as well
Yes.
to with women. Oh, this is so great. I love it. So my next question is, what would you do differently with everything that you know right now? Like go back and say, okay, Rishi, you do this, this, and this was a mistake. This one I will change and shift it.
Yes. Well, you know what? I think for me, I always feel that everything happened for a reason and it brought me to where I am now. But I think the one thing that I would have done differently is not hire a coach because I was always good at hiring coaches, but I didn't hire the right one. So I was more focused on buying my dreams and believing in my ability than vetting the coach to like have the right person to help me. And so right now I fully believe that if you're going to hire a coach, you need to hire somebody that's already done what you are doing or what you want to do. And maybe not somebody that has this seven-figure business. We all seem to be attracted to those people because they're successful and they're doing great, but may not be able to relate to where you are now well enough to get you to that next step. We always want to get to the end, but we really only get to the next step and then we worry about the next step. We're not able to expand that big right off the bat. And so if we can just take it one step at a time and bring the right coach in that will help you with that next step, and then just keep graduating your coaches as you graduate your progression.
So how do you pick a right coach?
See somebody that is kind of where you want to be, like where is the next step you want to go in your business. Find somebody that you see is really successful at that, and then just kind of test them out, go through their process, go through like their website, check testimonials, reach out to some of them if you feel that it's somebody you're considering. I think we don't, as women, we tend to not always do that, but we're buying something, we're buying our future. And we really need to do our due diligence to make sure that the coach that we're aligning ourselves with and really having them be our business partner, that they're the right one.
I love it. So what would you give as advice to our audience in your expert field?
Oh, as far as sharing your story, well, I think our stories are really important. And our story, a lot of times we go through a really messy time in our life and we don't realize that it happened for a reason, or we realize it happened for a reason, but we don't necessarily know how to use that story to help other people. And I think the first thing we need to do is just own our story and realize how much of an impact our story can make in the world. The right story heard by the right person can really change the world. And so we really need to own our story and be bold in sharing it and not feeling like we're being egotistical, but like we're serving the world. So I think that would be the first step. The second step would be to just really identify who your ideal client is. I see so many women out there trying to help everybody. They're trying to kind of cast a wide net and not turn anybody away. And when you do that, in essence, you're not really helping the person that needs you the most because they can't hear you. You're not speaking their language. You're not talking about their problems well enough. So they're moving on to the next person. So we can really dial that in and get our messaging down by knowing without a shadow of a doubt who our ideal client is. We're going to really attract them in. And then the third thing is, I know so many times in our world, we learn in the marketing space, we learn to focus more on the problems and provide the solutions. And I think more so now than ever, I don't like talking about the problem. I don't like creating those pain triggers for people. Yes, I can help them, but if we really focus more on the empathy, recognizing where they're at, putting ourselves in their shoes so they know that we can believe that in them and their future, and then really igniting that possibility in their heart and then providing an opportunity. And if we have our marketing go along that path, I feel that we are better equipped to serve our clients.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much. I love the empathy model instead of pain point model.
Yes, yes.
So, what I would love for you to finish that sentence, as I always ask everyone, is if you really knew me, you will know that I am blank.
Oh gosh, if the people that do know me and a few people that kind of go on my website and search around know I am a longtime avid Harley rider. I've been riding for 34 years. I have a really big Harley, probably one of the biggest ones out there, and we can just ride miles and miles and miles or thousands of miles in a season. And that is my zen. That's where I escape. I wish that I lived in an area that I had a longer riding season, but I'm working on fixing that soon because that is where I really connect with my power. Really, I love it.
Wow. I know you for so long. I will never know that. This is so cool.
Yes,
That's why I love this question. This is just, brings you to really to the core, to the soul of the person. Awesome. I would love for you to share where our audience can find you, can learn more from you. And I know you have a free gift for us. So what is it?
Yes. So I'd love to have anybody connect with me on Facebook. My profile is full as far as friends go, but you can follow me or go to Create Success with Christie on Facebook, and then you'll be able to connect with my business page. So I'd love to connect with you there. In addition, I have an amazing lead magnet, or a free gift, I should say, but it does provide a really comprehensive step-by-step plan to really identify your purpose, because our story is what leads us to our purpose, and then how to create a business around that. So it's 7 simple steps to profitize your purpose, and you can, or your audience can just go to profitizeyourpurpose.com and download that special free gift, and then see how they can really move the needle forward in their business with that.
Yay, awesome. And we will link everything in the episode notes. So if you are watching or listening to it, definitely just scroll down and there will be everything that Christie mentioned on the episode webpage. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us today, Christie. And thank you so much for watching or listening to this episode. And as always, I send you the best hack and love for your day. All right, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And if you love this episode and you would love to see more of that, click the subscribe button to Purposeful Woman Podcast. And don't forget to text us to stay in tune with the Purposeful community for awesome tricks by texting to number +1 401 399 4105. And we will link descriptions in the episode to all of that we mentioned today. Bye. Turn your one day to day one with a purposeful day.